بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, holds a significant place in Islamic history due to his unwavering stand for truth and justice. His journey, relations with people, and ultimate martyrdom at Karbala serve as an eternal inspiration for all who seek righteousness. Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, was the grandson of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and the son of Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, and Hazrat Fatima, may Allah be pleased with her. Born in 626 CE, 4th Hijri, in Medina, he was known for his piety, knowledge, and commitment to justice. Sahih al-Bukhari, Hadith 3542. His relationship with the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, was dearly loved by his grandfather, Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. He and his elder brother, Hazrat Hussain, may Allah be pleased with him, were often referred to as the leaders of the youth of paradise. The Prophet, peace be upon him, also prophesied their future trials and sufferings. Musnad Ahmad, Hadith 17,182, the political and religious context of his time. After the martyrdom of Hazrat Ali, may Allah be pleased with him, Hazrat Hassan, may Allah be pleased with him, made a peace treaty with Muawiyah ibn Abi Sufyan, may Allah be pleased with him, to avoid bloodshed among Muslims. After Muawiyah's death, his son Yazid took over the caliphate, breaking the treaty and demanding allegiance from Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, which he refused as Yazid's rule was unjust. Al-Tabari, History of Prophets and Kings. Journey to Karbala. Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, received letters from the people of Kufa, urging him to lead them against Yazid's oppression. He set out with his family and companions towards Kufa. However, his caravan was intercepted at Karbala by Yazid's forces, led by Umar ibn Sa'd. Despite knowing the dangers ahead, he remained steadfast in his principles. Al-Tabari, the events of Karbala and his martyrdom. On the 10th of Muharram, Ashura, in 680 CE, 61 Hijri, one of the most tragic and defining moments in Islamic history unfolded on the plains of Karbala. Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, along with his family and a small group of loyal companions, stood against the massive army of Yazid, numbering in the thousands. Despite being severely outnumbered and deprived of water for 3 days due to the blockade imposed by Yazid's forces, Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, and his followers remained steadfast in their faith and principles, refusing to pledge allegiance to an unjust ruler. One by one, his companions and family members, including his beloved son Hazrat Ali Asghar, an infant, and his half-brother Hazrat Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, were mercilessly martyred after displaying immense bravery. Finally, Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, exhausted and wounded but unwavering in his stand for truth, went into battle alone, fighting with extraordinary valor despite the unbearable thirst and fatigue. He was eventually surrounded and struck down by multiple enemies who showed no mercy. After his martyrdom, his head was severed and raised on a spear, while his body was trampled under the hooves of horses. His noble head was later sent to Yazid in Damascus as a proof of victory, though his so-called triumph became an eternal disgrace. Meanwhile, the women and children of his household, including his sister Hazrat Zainab, may Allah be pleased with her, and his son, Imam Zainul Abidin, may Allah be pleased with him, were taken captive and paraded through the streets of Kufa and Damascus in an attempt to humiliate them. However, Hazrat Zainab, may Allah be pleased with her, fearlessly addressed the court of Yazid, exposing his tyranny and keeping the mission of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, alive. The martyrdom of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, was not in vain. It became a symbol of resistance against oppression, inspiring generations to uphold justice, truth, and righteousness, even in the face of the greatest adversity. The tragedy of Karbala remains an everlasting lesson in faith, sacrifice, and standing against tyranny, commemorated annually by millions of people worldwide. Maqtal al-Hussain by Abu Mikhnaf, Aftermath and Legacy. The martyrdom of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, at Karbala marked a turning point in Islamic history, leaving an everlasting impact on the Muslim world and beyond. His sacrifice exposed the tyranny of Yazid and ignited a movement against injustice that resonated for generations. The immediate aftermath saw the surviving members of his family, including his sister Hazrat Zainab, may Allah be pleased with her, and his son Imam Zainul Abidin, may Allah be pleased with him, taken as captives and humiliated in the courts of Kufa and Damascus. However, Hazrat Zainab, may Allah be pleased with her eloquent and fearless speeches, confronted Yazid and unmasked his oppression before the world, turning his so-called victory into disgrace. Imam Zainul Abidin, may Allah be pleased with him, though physically weak due to illness, carried forward the mission of his father through prayers, sermons, and the preservation of true Islamic teachings. The tragedy of Karbala became a defining event that strengthened the resolve of Muslims to resist tyranny, leading to later revolts against Yazid's rule. Over time, the remembrance of Ashura became deeply embedded in the hearts of millions, commemorated annually in Muharram through majalis, gatherings, mourning processions, and acts of charity to honor the sacrifices made by Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, and his companions. His legacy continues to inspire people across different faiths, teaching timeless lessons of courage, justice, patience, and standing for truth no matter the cost. The movement sparked by Karbala did not end with his martyrdom. It became a foundation for future struggles against oppression, proving that ultimate victory belongs to those who stand for righteousness. Even today, the message of Karbala serves as a beacon of hope and resilience for all those who fight against tyranny and injustice in any form. Ibn Kathir. Lessons from the life and sacrifice of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him. Standing for justice, he refused to submit to an unjust ruler. Faith and patience. Despite extreme hardships, he remained steadfast in faith. Courage and sacrifice. He sacrificed everything for the sake of righteousness. Inspiration for humanity. His legacy is not just for Muslims, but for all who seek truth and justice. The sacrifice of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, at Karbala, is a timeless lesson in faith, bravery, and standing against injustice. His journey from Medina to Karbala is a powerful reminder that truth always prevails even in the face of immense suffering. The story of Hazrat Hussain, peace be upon him, is not just history. It is a timeless lesson of courage, faith, and standing for truth. His sacrifice echoes through the ages, reminding us that justice always prevails. If his story inspired you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful narratives. Until next time, stay strong, stay just, and keep seeking the truth.